Hello everyone, this is week number 7 of Marketing Fundamental class. Today we will discuss about the services, characteristics of services. We will discuss about the differences between the services and the product. Let's go to the slides. Today we will talk about the nature and special characteristics of services. As I said, we will talk today about the difference between product and services. We will discuss the key issues in managing services within the enterprise services enterprises. We will talk about the nature of service quality. We will also talk about the relationship marketing. What is relationship marketing? What are the benefits of customer relationship? And then we will talk about the management of customer relationship and experiences. According to a survey, 63% of total GDP is contributed by the services. So we can say that we can see here that out of 100% of our gross domestic product, 63% contributed by the services, 6% contributes by the agriculture, and 31% contributes by the rest of all industries. So we can make here we can see that how important services are in this GDP and in this era. So when we talk about the services, what do we mean? Telecommunication, transport, logistic, retailing, education, banking, insurance, and media. Education, banking, services, and legal services, legal profession, medical services. So these are all kind of services. However, we can also talk about the corner shops, hairdressers, and restaurants, pub nights, clubs, etc. So these are all examples of services. These are all providing services. So a product without physical characteristics is called service. A bundle of performance and symbolic attribute designed to produce a consumer's want satisfaction. So basically, service is a kind of product without having a physical characteristic. Here in few slides and next few slides, we will be able to make a differentiation between the product and service. Right. Here we can see the difference between goods and services. So goods that we can touch, all those goods we can touch them, we can feel them, and all those goods, those are or tangible. We can touch them basically. However, services we can't touch them, but we can see the effects of those things. These are intangible. So all those services, all those activities, those we can't touch them. They are all intangibles. So services are not physical; they are intangible. For example, using a bank account, taking a taxi, getting a haircut, buy a car insurance, and getting out for a meal. So these are all kinds of services. So service is a type of product, a deed performance by one party for another. Discussion about the marketing of a good, the goods also apply for services as well. But services has special characteristic, as I said in my previous slide, that make them different for the products. Characteristics of services. So there are four major characteristics of services. We should keep in mind the following four characteristics. Number one, intangibility. All services, they have an intangibility, inseparability. We cannot separate them. Perishability, we cannot restore them. We cannot store them for hours or for a limited period of time. We cannot do this. And variability, there is no proper standardized thing that we can provide service to everyone. So here are 4 different characteristics of service. Number one, let's talk with intangibility. So intangibility is basically a deed, performance, or effort. So the service is a name of performing something, to do to providing effort in some activity. Difficulty in evaluation. Also, services we cannot evaluate it. Use tangible clues. Yes, to offer to providing a service, we must use any tangible clues. For example, any established environment we use to provide those services. The benefit of non-ownership. Here there is no there is benefit for non-ownership here. In separate ability, we cannot, as I said, we cannot cut the service into 2 or into more than 2 pieces, or we cannot do that. How? As in, we can see here this simultaneous production and consumption. So as we produce the services, we consume on the same time. For example, if we get any haircut, so on the spot, we get services on the spot. We get services and we get benefit on the same time. Importance of service provider. Yes, here the service provider is more important. He must be trained. He must have experience to provide you service. Selection, training, and reward of staff. So during these different selection, training, or rewarding of staff, we cannot basically cut them. We cannot divide them into different pieces, because service is a complete thing that we have. Training is a complete thing. Selection is a complete whole thing that we cannot divide them. As I said, we have to provide either complete the training or not training. So we cannot basically inseparate ability to the services. So this is the another characteristic of the service. Avoid inter customer conflict. We should avoid here in the services. So variability. In variability, there is standardization difficulty. We cannot make a standard of this service. There may be a variability occurs, and it is a very difficult to make services as standardized. As I said, selection, training, and rewarding of staff. We cannot make this standard, and we cannot make them as a variability. We cannot make them as a standardized. The selection, the way of selection may be same. However, the variability of the way of selecting may be the change. The training, the way of talking, the way acting, it could be the same. It could be the change next time or every time. Evaluation systems. So it basically evaluates the systems, use of reliable equipment. In services, we use any reliable equipment. Without infrastructure, without a specific environment, we cannot provide any service. If we go to any bank, then bank is bank is basically providing a service. However, there is a specific infrastructure, there is a specific environment. They use different machines, different equipments. So we can say that there is a variability in the use of reliable equipments. Number 4, perishability. So as I said, in variability, it is very hard to standardize the service. For example, if we are using any machine for ice creams, so every time there is no there is no standardized criteria that 100% ice cream will be delivered on the cone. A person filling an ice cream cone with a scoop cannot do it with the same amount each time, unless you use a machine to dispense the ice cream like this. I have another example for you for a taxi. A taxi driver cannot drive you to the office in exactly the same time each day because the traffic pattern change every day. Yes, we know. A travel agent can sell you a vacation package, but cannot guarantee you will like the trip exactly the same way as another tourist did. The number 4 is perishability. This is the 4th characteristic of the service. Number 1, in perishability, consumption cannot be stored. So we cannot store services. Match, apply, and demand. In services, we match what basically what type of demand is raising, and accordingly we provide services. Use of part-time staff, yes, we can use it, and multiple skills required when you are performing the service. This is the most important when we are providing service. The staff member, they must be trained, they must have skilled person. Participation by the customers. In services, there must be involvement of customers. If there is no customer, to whom we will provide services then. Differential prices, yes, and simulation of off-peak demand, comfortable waiting area. Yes, as I said, for providing services, we must have a specific environment and infrastructure where a skilled, where an experienced staff, they perform activities, and we cannot make those activities as a standardized. There may be variability. There we cannot do them in separate ability. And yes, these services, these are, as I said, these are intangibility. We cannot touch them. However, we can just avail services. We can get benefit, and after getting services, we can perceive them. Perishability, as I said, we cannot get 2 haircuts at the same time. These services marketing mix. What is mean by services marketing mix? As we heard about, there are 4 P's in marketing mix: product, price, promotion, and place. However, in services marketing mix, we have additional 3 elements of marketing of mix. Those are people, price, physical evidence. So altogether, in services marketing mix, we have 7 P's. We will discuss first with the people. So people, the staff occupy a key position in influencing the consumer perceptions of service quality. Yes, the people, they are involved to provide services, so they must be trained, as I said in last slides. So those people, those staff, they must be trained. So once they are providing services, so that means they are motivating, they are satisfying basically to their customers. This is the importance. This is so important to ensure that staff are well trained and the service delivery is monitored. If staff performance is variability, then service delivery can be adversely affected. Yes. So it's depend when you are providing the service. It is more important that what kind of service you are providing to your customers. If your customers is happy, So that means you are providing the customer's perception is fulfilled. Customer is satisfied. Another point A is the process. Process basically refers to the procedures, mechanism, and flow of activities by which a service is required. So basically in service, there's a list of activities involved. There's steps involved in those service in the service. When we go to the any a haircut, hairdresser's shop. So we go to the hairdresser's shop, we sit there, there is a chair available. And when we sit on the chair, then hairdresser, he start cutting over hair with the help of, different machines and scissors as well. So this is basically the process. This is the, the flow of activity the staff he has to follow. These list of activity, list of steps. Process decision can radically affect how a service is delivered. Yes, the process, this definitely will affect to the customers. If this process is low, then definitely it will affect to the customer's satisfaction. First, attract with customers administration procedures after sales service exit. Yes, that's correct. Physical evidence. Physical evidence is more important when we are talking about the service. Physical evidence refers to the environment in which the service is delivered and any tangible goods that facilitate the delivery of the service. As I discussed, as I provided you another example of haircut, the hairdressers, they provided, the infrastructure like shop. They use different machines. They use combs and scissors, etc., etc. So they basically there is a specific environment to provide your service, to provide services, and these environment and these tangible goods, these are used when we are providing services. Customers look for clues that indicate the quality of the service by inspecting tangible evidence. For example, when we are going to any restaurant, as we enter into restaurant, we look after, we look up left and right, and then we make a consumption. We make an assumption that yes, what kind of quality they are going to give us, what kind of environment we are having around us. So physical evidence is the more important when we are talking about the services. Because of the variable nature of services and also the fact that people are closely involved in the production and delivery of service, customer services and customer relationship management are extremely important when we are talking about the services. So relationship marketing, what is mean by relationship marketing? Relationship marketing is basically the focusing on the customer's retention and their satisfaction rather than the sales transactions and all things. In relationship marketing management, they basically try to contact with the customers. They make relationship with them. They want to retain them. There are different benefits of strong customer relationship. Number one, increase purchases. Yes, if there is a strong relationship with your customers, then the association of customers will be high towards your company, towards your business. So your purchases, your sale will be high. Number two, lower cost. If your sale is high, then you will produce a large scale. If you produce in a large scale, then your cost will be reduced. Lifetime value, yes, because you are retaining your customer, your goodwill will be increased. Your lifetime value will be increased with the passage of time. Sustainable competitive advantage. So if your customer is happy with you, if you have maintained relationship with your customers, so your sale will increase, you will get competitive advantage within the market, you will sustain your competitive advantage within the market. Also, word of mouth promotion. If you talk to anyone and you make a relationship with any customer, so that customer will support and he will discuss about your business to his family or friends. So by doing this, he is basically promoting your business. Decrease staff turnover. Yes, if you have a strong relationship with the customers, so your business will be in profitability, your business will be in the profit, your sale will increase, your staff will be motivated to work more and more. So so the turnover ratio of staff will be reduced in this position, in this situation. Right. The summary of this chapter is what we discussed today. There are 4 unique characteristics of services marketing. As we discussed, intangibility, inseparability, we talk about the variability and perishability. We also discuss about the services marketing mix, the extension of the marketing mix. Those were 3 additional P's we discussed. One was people, physical evidence, and the process we talk about. We also discuss about the frontline employees are very important, as we discussed. As much attention needs to be paid to their selection, training, and motivation purpose. We also discuss about the importance of measure how services perceptions matches against the customer's expectations. Services businesses have the opportunity to build strong relationship with the customers through relationship marketing, as we discussed in last slides about the relationship marketing and the benefits of strong relationship marketing. So this was chapter of the day. Thank you very much for listening.